Your hand clutches the car, drove into the night, carrying you further away from the like you knew. The man beside you, Jungkook, radiated on intensity that filled the confined space. You stole a glance on him, noting the sharp lines of his jaw, the dark tattoos that peeked from under his sleeves, and the hardness in his gaze that left no room for warmth. Where are you taking me? You managed. Your voice barely a whisper. Jungkook did not turn his head, but a smile played off his lips. Somewhere safe for now. Safe, you scold. Anger engaging. You just bought me like I am an object, a position. He finally turned to face you. His eyes narrowed. Is not that exactly what you are now? Your breath hitched at the corners of his words, and you felt your crush wave. You wanted to fight, to argue, but the stillness of his gaze told you there was no use. The car pulled into the driveway of an enormous mansion, shadows and intimidating under the moonlight. Guards lined the entrance, their eyes trained forward in silence. Obedience. Jungkook did not need to speak as he stepped out, his authority evident in every movement. The guards opened the car door for you, and with one last look to warning, he gestured for you to follow. Inside the mansion was just as intimidating as its over. Dark marble floors stretched out before you, and candles jangled from the high ceilings, casting a cold, dreary light. Jungkook led you through the grand entrance hall, his steps quiet but purposeful. Is this where you live? You asked, your voice faltering. The place felt more like a fortress than a home. Jungkook chuckled the sound dark and low. It's where I work. You swallowed hard, struggling to keep up with him. Work? What kind of work? Business, he replied shortly, his tone making it clear he would not elaborate, and your place in it will depend entirely on you. He stopped in front of the large door and opened it, revealing a luxury yet dimly lit room with a king-sized bed, a wardrobe, and a simple window covered with thick black curtains. This will be your room. Get comfortable. He leaned against the doorframe, crossing his arm as he watched you, his gaze appraising. And remember, you are not to leave this room unless I allow it. The warning in his tone was clear, but you could not help the defense that sparked within you. And if I try to leave, you challenged, lifting your chin. He let out a soft, almost amused laugh through his eyes. Remind cold, then I will remind you whose is control. He casually said, his expression hardening, and trust me, you won't like that. You took a step back, your heart pounding as his words sank in. Whichever defense you are mustered faded in the face of his unwavering authority. He gave a final smile, seeming satisfied with your silence. Good night, he said, turning to leave. Rest well, you will need it. With that, he closed the door, the lock clicking ominously. You were trapped. The first night in Jungkook's mansion was sleepless. You lay awake, your mind racing with questions, fear, and a small nagging curiosity about the man who had claimed you so ruthlessly. Morning arrived in a cold light, but there was no sign of Jungkook. As the hours stretched on, linelessness settled around you, the silence in the room oppressive. Finally, the door opened and the Jungkook stepped inside, his eyes cool as they swept over you. I have rules, he announced, his tone matter of fact. You straightened, watching his swiftly. Rules, yes, he replied, his gaze pressing first, no escaping. Second, you do as I say without question. Third, you will stay out of my business. Understand? And if I break them, you asked, unable to stop yourself. A dark smile covered his lips. Then I will handle you however I see fit. The weight of his words sunk Between you a silent threat that made your heart pound, but beneath your fears, you could not ignore the strange thrill his dominance treat with you. It was smothering, terrifying, yet somehow exhilarating. Why are you doing this? You finally whispered, meeting the gaze. Why me? Jungkook's smile faded, replaced by a cold intensity because you're mine now, and I don't let go of what's mine. He took a step closer, his voice dropping. Your life is no longer yours. It belongs to me, so don't waste time asking why. Accept it. He turned and left, his footsteps fading into the distance, leaving you alone once again. But his words echoed in your mind, a stark reminder of your new reality. The end.